Hi everyone, in this video I'm just going to recap with you the expectation of how to illustrate an ionic bond using Lewis structures. So today we're going to start off with aluminum and fluorine. And the symbol for aluminum is Al and the symbol for fluorine is F. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our periodic table as a guide, and we're going to see that aluminum has 3 valence electrons. So we'll situate them accordingly. And fluorine has 7, being a halogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has 3 lone pairs and a single electron. What we do know as well are metals tend to give up their electrons and the non-metals accept. And so what we do is we see that there is a transfer of this electron to the fluorine where there is an unpaired location. So we mark that with a little X. We notice that fluorine has its full octet that is now complete, and aluminum still has 2 more electrons that it needs to get rid of. We need to introduce another fluorine, and what we do is we then bring in one with its 7 valence electrons. And I notice that this aluminum can then donate its 2nd valence electron. Now, I notice that I have 2 fluorines that are fulfilled and 1 aluminum that is still not yet satisfied. It still has 1 more valence electron, so it can get down to its inner shell, which is a complete octet, in order to be stable. So we need to bring in yet 1 more fluorine. And I am quite confident with this scenario that we can donate that last electron where every atom is now satisfied. We notice that each fluorine picked up an electron, electrons being negative. So this charge on that fluorine will be -1. It picked up 1. The charge on this fluorine is -1. The charge on this fluorine is -1. The aluminum gave up 3 electrons, so it has a net charge of +3. And that's because it has 3 more protons than it does electrons, giving a +3. If we've done everything correctly, we will notice that the total negative charge, being -3, adding those up, and the +3 should equal in order to yield a neutral compound. It took 1 aluminum and 3 fluorine in this situation to make this compound. So the formula unit, or the formula name, would be AlF3. We don't put a 1 there. We assume that it took 1 aluminum and 3 fluorine to make that compound. Now we're going to get into the naming of compounds a little bit more later on, but in this scenario, we would just keep the name of the first element the same because it only has 1 option to give up its 3 electrons, and each fluorine picked up 1. So we keep the name aluminum and we change the ending of the 2nd element to "ide." So aluminum fluoride. If we take a look at another scenario, for instance, let's do beryllium and sulfur. Beryllium, being an alkaline earth metal, has 2 valence electrons. And we have sulfur has 6 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice that I'm going clockwise to fill my valence shells. We have 2 lone pairs, so that's not where the bonding action occurs. So what we've got in this scenario is this beryllium giving its electron to that location, and this electron giving to that location. So what we end up with is beryllium becoming a cation with a charge of +2, and we have the sulfur becoming the anion, the negatively charged ion, with a -2. So we notice in this case, we have a +2, -2 neutral compound, so we know that we are on the right track. In terms of the formula for this, what we would do is we would write this as BeS. There's only 1 beryllium and 1 sulfur that was required to make this compound. In a later video, I'll show you how to use the charges to crisscross to determine the formula. Now, going back to our original, Usually the proper notation would be to show ions, we illustrate them in square brackets. So I really should put aluminum in a square bracket with the charge outside the bracket like that, and fluorine with its charge outside the bracket like that. And we would show that fluorine now has its full octet. Okay, and in the scenario below, I should illustrate the cation beryllium in a square bracket because it's a charged particle now, charge of +2, and sulfur now has its 8, so we will show that, and we have the -2. So we always write the cation first and the anion second. If I was to name this compound beryllium, change the ending of the second element to "ide," beryllium sulfide.